Hi everyone, it's Eric Thompson with Windermere Real Estate. Thank you so much for watching. In this video, we're going to answer a question that we get sometimes from our customers, and that is, so how long does it take? How long does it take to get my home sold? I'll walk you through the timeline on how this works from the day you start all up until the day the moving trucks show up. So that's my attempt at drawing a moving truck. Hopefully that's working for you. That's the best I could do. All right, so here we go. So here's the timeline. Here's how the time flows when it comes to selling your home. And let's do this. Let's work backwards, all right? I think that'll be the easiest way to think about this. Let's work backwards from the day that the moving trucks arrive. We want to back up 30 to 45 days. 30 to 45 days. And that's the amount of time that your buyer will be under contract. And they're given that much time to get their loan in order and also to go through all the contingencies that are built into the contract. So they're going to have the chance to inspect the property, review that inspection, potentially ask you to make some changes or enhancements, modifications, repairs to the home based on what they find in that inspection. They have a chance to review all of their loan conditions. We're going to get an appraisal during that time. They have a chance to check out their home insurance. So there's quite a bit that they have the opportunity to look at. There are actually 7 different ways that they can back out of the contract during that 30 to 45 days. So typically that's the amount of time from the day it goes under contract up until closing. Can this go faster? Absolutely. We see it go faster frequently. It really depends on a couple things. The first thing it depends on is if they're getting a loan or not. So if they're paying cash, gosh, we've seen closings sometimes have been as quick as a week, but certainly it can be 2 weeks in a cash closing, assuming that works for you. So mostly it's driven by the loan, if they're getting a loan or not, as to how long this time frame is. Also, it can be driven by you and what works for you. Maybe there's a certain time frame that's going to work for you. Maybe you need this to be 60 days or 90 days for whatever reason. Well, if that's okay with the buyer too, then certainly it can be in that time frame. But usually what we're seeing, typically, customarily, we see between 30 and 45 days. From the day it goes under contract till the day the moving truck shows up. So this is the day that it goes under contract. Now, you want to back up from that 2 to 3 days from the time that you receive an offer. So normally you want to figure out and factor in that there's going to be a couple days of back and forth. You get the offer may not be quite right. You want to counter that offer, or maybe you're considering several offers. There's usually 2 to 3 days of some back and forth time in there. So don't forget about that as you think about this timeline here and that couple days of back and forth of considering offers and making counter proposals, okay? The next phase here is the time that it's on the market. And the time that it goes on the market to the day you get the offer, that depends on a whole lot. Depends on a whole lot. Depends on the realtor that you choose. Depends on the marketing that's in place. Certainly depends on the location. Which city are we talking about? Certainly depends on the price. Gosh, there are certain price ranges where properties are selling within hours. There's certain price ranges where there may be a year's worth of inventory on the market. So we're just going to put a question mark there. That's something we can help you with when we sit down with you one-on-one. We will show you based on your location, based on your price range, how long properties are taking to sell and what you can expect in your market for the length of time that your home will be on the market before we get an offer. And we're going to work together on that strategy. We'll work together on making sure it's priced right so you can achieve your timing goal of when the moving truck shows up. So that's why there's a question mark there, because that one really, really depends. Now, there's also a time before it goes on the market to prepare. So, of course, there's some preparation time there. There's some things that you're going to need to do. That could look like staging. It could look like decluttering. It could look like taking a lot of personal effects down. You know, it's hard for a buyer to imagine themselves in the home when the home is just filled with many, many personal family photos. We love those personal family photos, but really it helps the buyer imagine themselves in the home if a lot of those are taken down. So there are things like that. There may be some repairs. Maybe it's some little fix-ups. It's some touch-up paint. Maybe some cleaning. It could be getting the windows cleaned, getting the landscaping in order, just getting the house looking really, really sharp. And then when you hire us to sell your home, there's also the preparation time to get the home certified. So We certify all of our listings. That takes us 5 days to get the home in certified condition. Of course, that includes getting the home pre-inspected, and then we have the home either staged or cleaned. We have the photographers come, we create the brochure, we have the sign installed. So for us, that takes us 5 days. So that's all included here in the prep time. So what we do when we sit down with our sellers to help them out with planning their time is that we simply print out a calendar. And what we'll do is we'll have 1 page per month, and we'll probably lay out 3 to 4 months, the 3 to 4 months that are really relevant. And what we're going to do is we're going to work backwards, and we're going to look at all these key dates so we can really see the amount of time that we're working with, and we can see based on your goal how much time does this home need to be on the market. So that helps us when it comes to pricing, and it helps us when it comes to strategy on being really clear on a calendar how all these different things lay out. So that's just a little bit about the time frame. Hopefully that adds some clarity to you, gives you a picture of all the steps and what happens along the way when it comes time to sell your home. You prepare, it goes on the market, we get an offer, we go into contract, we let that buyer do their due diligence, and then the moving trucks show up. If you want to hear more and see more about what we offer to our sellers through our certified listing process, I mentioned that up here in preparation. If you don't already know about it, go to thecertifiedlisting.com. That's a website that walks you through everything that we do for our sellers that's very different from any other company. It can show you exactly how we increase the odds for our sellers to get them the results they want and to get the moving truck to show up when they need it to show up. Thank you so much for watching this video.